Chandamama Ramayana. Part 3. Sage Vishwamitra, followed by Rama and Lakshman, walked the distance of 2 miles and reached the southern bank of the river Saryu. Dear Rama, perform the ritual of purification, Achamanam, immediately. I shall bestow upon you 2 sacred sciences known as Bala and Atibala. These vidyas, combined with powerful mantras, will prevent fatigue and illness from affecting you. They shall preserve your form and protect you from all calamities. As long as you chant these mantras, no one shall surpass you in beauty, intellect, skill or debate. You shall be free from hunger and thirst, and great glory shall be yours, said Vishwamitra. With great joy, Rama performed the purification and received the Bala and Atibala sciences from the sage. That night, they rested on the banks of the Saryu. At dawn, Vishwamitra woke them and led them to bathe in the river Saryu. After completing their morning rituals, they followed the sage to the confluence where the Saryu meets the Ganges. There stood a hermitage. Once, while Lord Shiva was in deep penance there, Manmatha, the god of love, attempted to disturb him. When Shiva opened his third eye, Manmatha was reduced to ashes. Since then, the disciples of Shiva have resided in that ashram. Because Manmatha lost his body, Anga, there, the region became known as Angadesha. Having learned these details from Vishwamitra, Rama and Lakshman spent the night at the ashram and crossed the Ganges by boat the next day. Afterward, they travelled on foot into a terrifying forest. There was no sign of human life. The silence was broken only by the incessant chirping of crickets, the roars of lions and tigers, the grunts of wild boars, and the trumping of elephants. The forest was dense with trees like Chandra, Maddi, Maredu, Tumma and Regu, making it nearly impenetrable for humans. Surprised by the sight, Rama asked the great sage, O Mahamuni, what is the name of this forest? Vishwamitra explained the history of the forest in detail. Once, there were 2 prosperous kingdoms here called Malda and Karusha. However, a Yakshini named Tatka and her son Maricha arrived and began destroying both lands. Out of fear, no human dared to enter this territory. Tatka was no ordinary being, she possessed the strength of 1,000 elephants. Thus, she had turned those flourishing lands into a vast wilderness. Upon hearing this, Rama asked, Lord, it is said that Yaksh possess limited power. How did this Yakshini, Tatka, acquire the strength of 1,000 elephants? Vishwamitra replied, My son, I shall tell you the story of Tatka. There was a great Yaksh named Suketu. Desiring children, he performed intense penance. Pleased with his devotion, Lord Brahma did not grant him a son but bestowed a daughter who would possess the strength of 1,000 elephants. By the power of Brahma's boon, Tatka was born and grew into a beautiful woman. Suketu eventually gave her in marriage to a Yaksh prince named Sanda. They had a son named Maricha, who was as valiant as Indra but possessed great arrogance. Later, an incident occurred. Sage Agastya, who was performing penance in this region, killed Tatka's husband, Sanda. Enraged, Tatka and Maricha rushed at the sage with terrifying screams to devour him. Agastya then cursed them to become demons, Rakshasas. Maricha turned into a demon, and Tatka lost all her beauty, assuming a hideous form and becoming a man-eater. Unable to harm Agastya, she began devastating this sacred land where he once resided. Therefore, O Rama, you must slay Tatka. Do not hesitate because she is a woman. Her wicked deeds are endless. No sin shall befall you for killing her. Rama joined his palms in reverence and said, O Mahamuni, my father commanded me to follow your every word. Therefore, by your command, I shall slay Tatka. Rama then took his bow, pulled the string with great force, and released a resounding twang. The sound startled everyone in the Tatka forest. Furious, Tatka rushed toward the source of the sound with incredible speed. Seeing her approach, Rama said to Lakshman, Look, Lakshman. How hideous and terrifying she is, enough to strike fear even into the hearts of the brave. I am reluctant to kill a woman. Let her come closer, we shall cut off her nose and ears to humble her pride. Hearing these words, Tatka became even more enraged. Raising her hands, she rushed at Rama, kicking up clouds of dust to blind them and raining stones upon them. Rama severed both her arms with his arrows. Lakshman, in great anger, cut off her nose and ears. Yet, the deceptive Tatka continued to hurl stones through her magical powers. Then Vishwamitra warned, Rama, why do you show mercy to this sinful creature? If she remains alive, she will perform even more illusions. Kill her before twilight. The strength of demons increases at dawn and dusk. It is difficult to defeat them at those times. Hearing this, Rama struck Tatka's chest with a powerful arrow. With that blow, she fell to the ground, writhed in agony, and breathed her last. Vishwamitra, filled with supreme bliss, embraced Rama and blessed him. My son, you have done a great service by killing this evil being. We shall stay here tonight and proceed to our ashram tomorrow. At dawn the next day, the sage woke Rama. After purifying himself, he sat facing east and initiated Rama into the mantras of various divine weapons, astras. Immediately, all those weapons appeared before Rama in physical form, joined their palms, and said, We are your servants. We shall do whatever you command. Rama touched the weapons and said, For now, reside within my mind. Afterward, Rama also learned the mantras to withdraw the astras from Vishwamitra. The three continued their journey. After traveling some distance, they saw a beautiful forest near a hill. Rama asked, Lord, this forest brings me great joy. It appears to be an ashram. What is its story? Vishwamitra replied, My son, in the past, Bali, the son of Virochana, became immensely powerful and conquered the three worlds, including heaven. Lord Vishnu then took birth as Vaman to the sage Kashyapa. He approached Bali during a great sacrifice and requested 3 paces of land. Bali granted it. Vaman then measured the 3 worlds with his steps and sent Bali to the netherworld. Both Vaman and his father Kashyapa performed long penance in this very ashram. Therefore, I too have established my hermitage here. Rakshasas frequently come here and cause great distress. You must eliminate them. The ashram where Vishwamitra resided was called Siddhashrama. As soon as Vishwamitra entered with Rama and Lakshman, the resident sages rushed with joy to worship the sage and offered hospitality to the princes. After resting for a while to recover from their journey, Rama and Lakshman approached Vishwamitra, bowed, and said, O Mahamuni, you may now begin the preparations for the sacrifice. We shall protect your yagna. The night passed. Rama and Lakshman performed their morning prayers and approached Vishwamitra, who was already seated before the sacrificial fire. They asked, O Mahatma, when will the demons arrive? At what times should we remain on guard for them? Vishwamitra did not reply, as he was under a vow of silence for the ritual. However, the sages gathered around the altar told them, Dear ones, Vishwamitra must remain silent while in the state of Yagna Diksha. You must protect us for the next 6 days. Arming themselves with great arrows, Rama and Lakshman guarded the ashram for 5 days and 5 nights without sleep. On the 6th day, the sacrificial fire blazed brightly, and the ritual proceeded according to the scriptures. Suddenly, terrifying screams were heard from the sky. Subahu, Maricha, and their horde of demons covered the sky like dark clouds and began raining blood upon the sacrificial altar. Hearing the uproar, Rama looked up at the demonic host. He used the Manvastra to strike Maricha, who was thrown far away into the ocean. Rama then killed Subahu with the Agnayastra and eliminated the remaining demons with the Vayavastra. Vishwamitra's sacrifice was successfully completed. He praised Rama, saying, My son, you have done me a great favor. The third part of Chandamama Ramayana is complete. For now, Swasti.